Hello and welcome to another live stream. How is everyone doing? Hopefully you guys, I don't know when the stream kicks in. Do you get to see my amazing introduction there, or is it just kicked in now? And how's everyone doing anyway? Hope everyone is well. Welcome to another live stream. My name's Simon. I'm a Amazon seller in the UK, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of Qogita sourcing, talking about Amazon FBA. If you've got any questions about Amazon or Qogita or anything like that, you can ask me, and I'll give you my answer on those ones, my opinion on those ones. We might even look at some of my results today and this month, which is just crazy. I'm looking at my STK right now. We'll go into all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, I really want to do some Qogita sourcing today. It's been a while since I've done that on live stream, and I really do enjoy it when I do it. So hopefully we'll find some good deals there. Get to see me analyze some products as well and see why I buy, and more importantly, don't buy products. And hopefully you can learn something from that as well. So, hey Bert, how's it going? Thanks for joining us, mate. Bert is a regular, always coming on. I appreciate the support, mate, 100%. Appreciate you coming on. We'll give it a few minutes and we'll get started. But yeah, Qogita, I've been buying a lot from there recently, which is pretty good. I'm already starting to think about Q4 with Qogita. You know, just thinking, you know what? If I can get a good perfumes, aftershaves, gift sets, and I'm going to do a whole nother video talking about Q4 as well at some point. But I'm already thinking about that. Thinking, you know what? A few hundred units here, a few hundred units there. Could be quite nice for Q4. I've kind of got a new goal for how much profit I want to make for Q4, so which is £100,000 profit. That's my new goal for Q4. So I want to basically double what I did last year, which is like 42,000. So double and a bit. But yeah. Hey ER, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. So that's a kind of a new goal that I've just set out. I thought, you know what, let's just push it for Q4. Let's go hard. Let's actually try and make some ridiculous money. Not that 41k isn't ridiculous. Or 40, it's the 41, 42, I can't remember. But yeah, so it's gonna be good stuff. But yeah, we'll go ahead and jump in a second anyway. And how is everyone doing anyway? Hope you guys have had a good weekend. I hope you're all relaxed, and we'll get back to work today, enjoying being back at the grindstone. And it sounds bad when you say it like that, but I freaking love working at the moment. It's insane. I just had to have a little sofa nap to be there because I've been literally working all day. I thought I was going to say, like, why's my hair wet? I was like, I've been at the gym, you had to come back. And no, I was just asleep on the sofa for like a power nap. But yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into some sourcing anyway. So let me just move over my camera here, and then we'll just jump in and do some sourcing. And today's not been the best day for deals, to be fair, but it is what it is. You can't always expect to get amazing deals every day. But I've got quite a few scans here that we can run. So if we go to talking head, you guys should be able to see. I've got a bunch of scans on the right. We're going to go through them. I've done a few catalog runs. I've done I've combined a few scans from the day as well. So we've got those. The 6 p.m. was quite good. We had 1,268 price drops there. So what I've done is I'm using Qogita for those of you that, let me just do the introduction before we get going, and full screen camera. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm using Qogita. It's a wholesale marketplace. You can get £120 off your first order. Link for everything I mentioned, by the way, is in the description. With the code FBA Mogul if you do that. So £120 off your first order with the code FBA Mogul. And I'm using a service called Qogita Price Drops. We're monitoring Qogita, this platform that has over 600 wholesalers on there now, I think it is. We're monitoring there for price drops, discounts, insane price drops sometimes, and then we're scooping in and we're running those price drops every hour through the software and looking for those price drops. That's the strategy that I'm using. It works really well. So yeah. That's what I'm doing at the moment, and this kind of explains what these are. So I've got a few where I've run the entire catalog through. This is a tool called RB by the way. It lets you basically upload a wholesale list among many, many other things. And yeah, what I've used here is the wholesale scan to basically upload those price drops, upload the catalog, and see if we can find some deals. So yeah, we'll go ahead and jump in anyway. So let me go back to talking head. And cool, let's go ahead and do it. So don't know how popular this stream is going to be, but anyway, we'll go ahead and have a look anyway. So I'm not sure what I'm going to start with. I might just, so this is literally just a 6 p.m. price drop here that I'm going to maybe look at now. So this is just 1 hour of price drops. I've not actually looked at it. There may or may not be any kind of good deals in here. So for someone new, this can look quite overwhelming. You don't need to worry too much. I don't look at actually most of the data on this page, to be fair. I certainly don't look at this bottom right-hand side one here, the 30, 90, 180 day averages. I personally detest averages. I think they're useless. Don't ever look at that. I am looking over at the estimated sale, so the confirmed sales. This is a very important figure. So let's talk about what I'm looking at. So first things first, though, before we dive in, when I've got a scan, the first thing I'm doing is I'm just ordering my data here. So on the left-hand side here, we've got the filters thing here. First thing I'm going to do is just put a pound profit in, a £1.50 profit. We'll put a pound for now, just keep it liberal. And the other thing I'm doing is just go, actually, to be fair, that's probably what we can get away with now. Just putting a pound profit in, that's fine. That's good enough for now. The next thing I'm doing is I'm doing sort by, and by default it's sort by deal score. So what I normally do is get rid of that, and then they've actually introduced a cool new feature into Arbisource now where you can actually do more than one ordering. So what I used to do is just basically order by confirmed monthly sales. Now what I do is I do confirmed monthly sales and profit as those two filters. So it's going to do confirmed monthly sales, and within that it's going to do profit. So we just click off, and it's going to then order those based on the confirmed monthly sales, confirmed on the profits as well. So next thing I'm now looking at is, the reason I'm looking by confirmed monthly sales is because I want sales velocity. That means how many times it sell per month. I'm looking for fast selling items. With wholesale, you tend to buy higher quantities from Qogita. That's the best thing about Qogita. You can buy 50, 100, 1,000 units if you want, but you need to make sure there's enough sales on a listing that you're not buying 5 years worth of stock. You know, you're only buying 1, 2, 3 months of stock. So yeah, this one's an interesting one anyway. So, I just had another sale. Wow, I had another sale. So yeah, today, guys, I'll do a screenshot and we'll see where we end up at the end of the stream, but in half hour or so, or an hour. But yeah, I'm on £511 profit today. I just had a sale for £24.59 profit. Very nice. Cool. Let's have a look at this one. It's kind of interesting. It looks maybe a little bit inflated, but I'm kind of excited by the profit. I'm excited by the ROI. I'm obviously very excited by the sales as well, 200 per month. The price might be a little bit inflated. I'm just looking at this kind of pink line here. It's a shame we can't actually get rid of all the junk on this line, on this graph here, because I'd only really be interested in the pink line. But anyway, we'll go ahead and click into it and have a look and see basically. So let's just make sure we're zoomed in. Why am I not logged in to Amazon? Give me a second, guys. I don't know. I did restart my computer beforehand. Let me just log into Amazon quickly. I don't know why I'm not logged in. Sort that out quickly. Take me 2 seconds. Okay, I think we're logged in. I think it's all going to be working okay. Yep. We're good. Cool. We'll go back to the talking head then. Right. So, yeah, let's have a look here. What has gone on this listing here? So, as I suspected, this one is a little bit inflated. I'm looking at, this is a keeper chart, by the way. It's a bit of software that I use. Yeah, so, and yeah, I'll get to the questions as well as I go if I see them. Hey, Brad, how's it going? Thanks for joining us, by the way. I appreciate it. And Empire, appreciate you joining as well. Do you know if Qogita are going to fix the issue with lack of price drops? Yes, they are, Empire, yeah. So there's still a decent number of price drops coming in, but obviously not quite as many as before. There was an API issue. I've spoken to Qogita about it. There is a solution coming. Maybe some sort of exclusive solution, so yeah, you don't want to leave Qogita price drops. I don't know when that's coming out, but they're aware of the issue. So end of the day, their sales have dropped because they've hurt their API. So something is going to come. Don't worry. Anyway, going back to this listing here. Yes, let's actually put the buy price in. So what I'm doing here is, on this left-hand side, I've got Ramp here. You guys, many of you know what software this is. No, not favoritism, Brad. It's just, I just do a lot for them. Let's just say the buy price is £6.98 here. So we'll put that in here, and let's see what profit we're going to make. So at the current price, we're looking at like £2.72 profit, but there's a problem here, guys. This price is inflated. If we look at this chart here, we can see in the past 3 months that, it's spent a lot of time around £12, and then suddenly we're going up to £17. So, if we go to the year, we can have another look as well. £12, £13, a little bit inflated here. It's got a good sales per month, and to be fair, it's even selling at this price as well, going up and down to sort of £10 and £15. So it looks like it comes in and out of stock, with different suppliers. And we can see here on the left-hand side on SellerAmp as well. I'll throw a link in for SellerAmp as well. I should have put that in the description as well. Oh well. I'll do that later on. We can see there's just a severe lack of suppliers here. So this actually could be an okay opportunity. It's one of those ones where this is definitely an inflated price, but there's clearly a lack of supply. There's clearly quite a lot of demand for this product, and people are still buying it at $16.98. Now, would I buy 1,000 units of these? No. Would I buy 100? Maybe. I'd probably, in this case, just get the minimum order value and see where that ends up. So let's actually open up Arbysource. So I don't know what I've got it there. Not Arbysource. Let's open up Qogita and have a look at this product and see if this is something we'd actually pick up. So you can see here, there's this big blue button here. This is my extension that's been inserted onto the page here called OA here. I'm throwing a lot of you guys here, I realize now. This is just a cool little feature that we've got here. So you can do a check GTIN here. It just checks this information to make sure what we're looking at is actually, we're just checking it against another database to make sure that this is the correct product, essentially. So very useful as well. I'll just quickly show you what it looks like when you run into a brand that you cannot sell. And then we'll get back. But yeah, when you get a brand like this, it'll warn you that it's hard gated or restricted or whatever. Really cool tool anyway. So it gives you some warnings there. So it keeps you out of trouble. So this one's kind of interesting. So with a minimum order value of 300, we don't actually have to buy too many of these to actually, don't know why SellerAmp's like crashed on me here. What is going on, SellerAmp? Let me refresh the page. We don't actually have to buy too many here to actually maybe take advantage of this. So it's kind of an interesting one. How many do we have to buy? 152 should easily be enough, right? Yeah, so don't know if I should show you my cart or not. It'll be fine, I'm sure. So yeah, we're going to need to buy like 50 or something. 51, 52. Look, this one here is an interesting one. It's a bit of a gamble, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit of a gamble. I'm not saying you should definitely buy this. It's one I might take a punt on, to be fair. There's clearly a lack of supply right now. The price is high. It's just one of those ones. It could be interesting anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's not a newbie one, this one. Definitely not a newbie sort of deal, I suppose. But for someone who's actually interested, maybe taking a little bit of a punt, clearly there's a lack of supply of this product. Let's have a look if it's on sale anywhere else. So Perfumes Club have it for, this is another great thing about Arbysource links in with SellerAmp. You can see where it's for sale other places. Notino have it for £12.10, but on Amazon, it's not available, apart from many sellers. It's an interesting one. Let me know, guys, what you think about this one. Would you take a punt on this one? Do you think it's like a little bit inflated, or are you seeing some opportunity here for a few units to just send in and try and get in and out? Could be an interesting one anyway. So opportunity there anyway, I think. I'm not sure how this is snuck in, because unfortunately Quarterly is a hard gated brand, and we can check that by going on to, not hard gated, so it's an IP, sorry. So you can see here that OA Hero, my Chrome extension, only £100 for lifetime license. Link in the description for that. Should be anyway. Has warned you here that basically, or just go to oahero.com. Has warned you that basically this is IP, and it keeps you out of trouble, basically. So do not buy this brand. It's IP. We had someone in the group the other day was trying to ungate this brand and was complaining, and I was like, you're very lucky you can't ungate it, because Quarterly are all over their listings. You do not want to sell this brand on Amazon, unfortunately. So yeah, one of those ones. So yeah, we can't actually look at that one, but we'll keep going down and see. So this is just 1 hour's worth of price drops. We've got some other catalogs as well we'll run through. But yeah, I've not heard of, Latafa. Yeah, I've been avoiding this brand, okay, Latafa. But I hear it's a really hot brand right now that people are freaking loving. Firstly, it's always on Qogita on price drops and always deals available. And secondly, apparently it's really popular as well. So I'm not sure how popular this one is. And obviously with Christmas coming up as well in Q4, this kind of thing is going to absolutely fly. So, it's very interesting to kind of like think about these for Q4. And when I see something like this, £7.64, is it the best profit right now? No, £1.63 profit. Is it the best ROI? I'd rather a bit higher, to be honest. Does it look a bit inflated? Yes. I mean, these are all bad signs, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying this one's going to end up being a good one, but I'll look at this and I'll be looking now at what does this do at Christmas? What did this do last year in Q4? Is there an opportunity here to buy this for Q4? So using the past history to figure out, is this going to be a good one to buy for Q4? So we've got the buy price of £7.64. So yes, right now the profit's not good, ROI is not good, and it's definitely a little bit inflated by the looks of it. It's £15.99 right now. It's been £14.23. It's not like it's like gone up a ridiculous amount. It's up a couple of quid basically, £1.80 or something like that. So you can see it sells pretty much 100 a month, even when the price has gone up. I guess, you know, going up £1 or £1.50 is not making too much difference. What I want to look at is I'm going to the year chart here now. Let's get rid of this Qogita extension here. And what I'm looking at here is seeing how did this do at Christmas last year. Why is this? I need to get rid of this extension on here. Go away. Yeah, so it's not gone up as much as I thought, to be fair, in terms of the sales month. It's gone up to like, peaked at like 400. And it was around 200 around this sort of time last year. So this probably makes me think actually this one, given it sells 100 a month right now, maybe only get to 200, maybe 300. So maybe this one isn't so good. I'm not seeing a big price spike at Christmas as well. It pretty much is at like £15. So this one here, we probably need a better price on this one to buy this one. So, you know, if we look at the year though, it has been high. It's been £16. It's been £17. You know, at £17, this one becomes quite nice. But, you know, ish. It's one of these ones where I'm looking at the best case scenario here. It's not like blowing my mind. So in this case, probably no good as well. So it's fine. We can move on. You can't expect everything to be amazing. Yeah, exactly. Qogita is so annoying as well. Yeah, it's an amazing extension. Don't get me wrong. I do like it, but it's annoying when it keeps popping up. I should have disabled it. But yeah, anyway. So in fact, we could probably do that now. Manage extensions. Let's go in quickly. You can see all my extensions. Oh my god. And where is Qogita? There we go. Let's disable it. There we go. Hopefully no secret's been given away there. I don't know. Sure, it's fine. Okay, Milkshake is one where unfortunately we cannot buy this one because if we could, again, let's click on it and have a look why. Please work. Please show up. Okay, it's got IP actually. That's not 100% correct. It's actually transparency as well. I need to update that. It is technically, that's weird. Okay, it's transparency, Milkshake. So not everyone's transparency, but a lot of them are. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. We're just doing some Qogita sourcing right now. So, but yeah, there is a warning there to avoid this one, which is good. So this is a great brand, don't get me wrong, but there are transparency codes on them. Won't go too much into transparency codes, what they are, but essentially they're serialized. They serialize their products, so you need to have those serial numbers on there. Interesting, someone did buy some from Qogita a few weeks ago, a week ago, and they had transparency codes on originally, and the supplier had rubbed them off, which is crazy. Qogita gave them a refund. I thought they would, because it's just crazy to have like a product that's got like rubbed off stuff on it. But yeah, they rubbed off the transparency codes, which is crazy. I'll see if I can find the picture on that one. But yeah, it's in the Qogita chat in my server. Hey Ian, how's it going, mate? How's it going? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you all coming on. So yeah, interesting one. If you can find Milkshake from a reputable, not reputable, but like a supplier that offers transparency codes, and to be fair, these ones here, they might have transparency codes on them, but we just don't know. So it's a bit of a risk to buy it and hope that we are going to get transparency codes. You can't really do it, unfortunately. So yes, they might have them, they might not have them. If you can get a supplier you know 100% certain has transparency codes, that's fantastic. Could be a really good opportunity for you. But yeah, Milkshake, unfortunately, it's a really good brand, but in this case, yeah, we can't really get it from. I don't know why Cordley's sneaking in here. We try and avoid all these brands and these price drops. But anyway. Here's an interesting one, though. Okay, we're getting down now to sales per month is getting a little bit lower now. This is the only downside now. We're going down the list here. But there can be some good opportunities here for some slower but high profit items. So Dior's an interesting one at Christmas as well. We'll go ahead and throw this price in here and have a look at this one. Then we'll jump into like a catalogue and have a look. So according to, interesting, so this one here is saying we should make £10.50 profit. But according to Seller Amp, okay, it's because the price is different. This is like 127 there. Don't know why it was 127. Yeah, £10.50 profit. So, but apparently the price has come down since then. A few people have jumped on this, and now we're down to a low profit. So we won't even bother analysing that. One thing, I'll have a quick look though. At Christmas, does it go up in? It goes up in price, to be fair, but not many sales. So, okay, what we'll do is we're just going to move on to another. So that was basically just 1 hour's worth. So there's plenty to look at there, to be fair. And there's a few potential opportunities. One thing we can just do now is we just ditch this and just look at profit and just see what's a high profit item. So we've got a Veen here. Interesting one. It has no sales. How old is this product? It's got no buy box as well. You'd think this brand would have some decent sales. Apparently not. It is what it is. We'll just move on. Okay, cool. You can't spend hours and hours looking at these things. What I do, pretty much when I wake up to... When I get bored, I basically run these like hourly scans through Arbisource, as long as I remember, and just see what deals are coming on. It takes like 5 minutes each time. It's not too bad, really, unless you get a really big scan. But yeah, so that's the 6 p.m. one. Let's just delete that now. We don't need that one here. So let's just run let's do a catalog. So I did a catalog here. Let's have a look at this one and see if there's anything interesting in this one. The new stacking of filters and RB was that was really good, isn't it? Yeah, I was really pleased with that filter as well. So good. So what I've done here, this is just part of the catalog on Qogita. So, and it's a very up-to-date catalog. So you can get a really up-to-date catalog as well through Qogita price drops. If you do it through Qogita, you don't always get the latest prices on that catalog. But yeah, so this one will probably exclude results of that buy box for now, just to filter it down a little bit. Let's do confirm monthly sales and profit and ditch the deal score and go from there. So, okay, we've already got an interesting one already. I'm not massively... Would you please be able to do OA one of these days? Yeah, sure, I can... Yeah, I will do an OA one, yes. I will do an OA one. Let's do it. Yeah, I'll do an OA one. Let's try and do maybe next week, okay? I promise I'll do an OA one. It's just right now I'm kind of like on Qogita, so I'm thinking about Q4 as well. So I'm like, but yeah, okay, we'll do an OA one, no problem. I said another sale there, not very much money though, probably break even on that one. We won't talk about that one. Right, does anyone know anything about this brand? Okay, here we go. This is an interesting one. So I've not seen this brand before, and this one looked very promising. This is a great example of seeing immediately. I'm like, okay, this is going to be an IP. This is going to be a problem. But what I say is I need to get 100 viewers at the same time to do an OA sourcing. So if we can get that, no, I'm joking. It's fine. This one here looked okay, but there's a big red flag on this one on the right-hand side. You don't know if you can see this. If I zoom in, maybe. If I zoom in and zoom in and zoom in and scroll across. Belvita Luxury makes me think that the brand is on the listing. So this brand is Belvita Luxury, and it's got Belvita Luxury on there. Now, this is pretty much one of the biggest red flags you can have for a brand that you don't want to sell, basically, because they're probably going to IP you. One thing I'll do is I'll go in and, interesting. It's just double check that no one's like masquerading as this brand. And you can see the business name, Belvita Perfume. It's not. It's all good. But yeah, so basically this means this brand here needs adding to OA Hero. So I don't have my thing open right now, but I need to add that in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a note of that, and I'll put it into my messages here and go from there and basically remind myself that Belvita needs needs adding to OA Hero, so I can do that pretty quickly. But yeah, interesting one, right? So this looks good, but yeah, this is stuff you need to learn how to do as well yourself, is notice these big red flags. If the brand's on the listing, do not buy it, so we can move on from that one. Again, we've got some good Belvita ones here, but unfortunately, again, let's just have a look. I don't know if they're on every listing. Yeah, it looks like they are, so yeah. And another good example as well is probably looking at the history as well. It's not always, but if there's only one seller, or if you see big drops in sellers, that also means as well that it's IP. So it seems like a lot. For someone new coming in, this maybe seems like a lot. Don't forget, I've been doing this for like 3 years. A lot of this stuff. I'm trying to articulate everything I'm thinking as I'm doing this. So it might seem like a lot, but you will, yeah, exactly, Brett. That's a massive red flag. It's the biggest red flag you can pretty much get. So, if the brands, so when, people, they buy the product and they complain they got kicked off at IP, I'm like, and there's a huge red flag, the brand's on listing, I'm like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't get more red than that. So I wonder if we can do something smart with OA Hero looking at the seller name. Anyway, I think about that. Yeah, okay, cool. This brand, however, is fine. Dr. Beckman, you can definitely sell this brand. I don't know if I've sold it in the past, but I know people can sell this. So this is an interesting one here. Now, is this one amazing profit? No. ROI is pretty good though. And the price looks somewhat stable. If in fact, it looks like it's got a bit of potential in the price. So this is an interesting one. So £1.53 here. And yeah, it does 600 sales a month, I believe. Yep, it does 600 sales a month. The sales per month, and I'm looking, by the way, at this middle chart here. So it tells us 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Weird. This is when there was a glitch on Amazon. But yeah, it looks like right now, for whatever reason, this one here, for whatever reason, is suddenly become really popular. Now, another thing I'd say as well is there's been no buy box. This looks like there's been not been any availability for this product for like a while. And when it comes in stock, people buy it, then it goes out of stock again. So yeah, an interesting one, right? Looks like there is demand for this product. And do you know what? The actual SPM on this actually might continue to grow. I'm not sure. But it's kind of an interesting one, really. Let's actually see if this is still available on Qogita. So, interesting. Now, one thing I'm going to say is, on Qogita, do not look at the images. They don't mean anything. All that matters is the GTIN, essentially. So we can use the images and titles to give us maybe a simple idea. But again, we wanted to double check what the GTIN says. So here we can say product name is Manada Home Care Dr. Beckman Stain Remover Blood and Ice, apparently, or Blood and Dairy. I'm sure it's the same one. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty much the same product. If you want, you can always go ahead and Google this as well, this GTIN. But yeah, it looks like it's pretty much the same product. So it looks the same. I mean, again, don't use the images, but it looks good to me. The other thing you can do, not that it's always guaranteed, but the EAN, if it matches, you just, again, it doesn't always match up 100% on Amazon, but ends in 4013. These are all just little indicators I'm looking at. Another one as well you can use is good is ScanBot as well. Another one, scanbot.io/lookup. We can just put that in there as well. So Stain Devils, Blood and Protein. Okay, so it's got some different names here. Protein, Milk. You know, it's a German brand. So but yeah, this one looks fine to me. Let me close down the bar, a large one. Interesting. Anyway, so this could be some good opportunity on this one. I'm kind of liking this one. Hey, Flipping Cars and Repairs. Thanks for joining us. So it looks like the Qogita sourcing is a little bit more popular than just me talking and rambling. I'm not sure what I think about that, but anyway, it's all good. Now, there's a few sellers on this listing, but this one looks very interesting. Now, there's the only downside to this one I can see is it's a very cheap product. There's only 186 stocks, and there's a minimum order value of $8.50. So you're going to need to get the full 186, and even then it's not going to be enough. You're going to have to try and find some stuff from this supplier, something else from this supplier to meet this. Oh, you can see some stuff I've looked at before. But yeah, we'll move that one. But yeah, we've got Dr. Beckman here. So yeah, it's got the 238 out of 850. So in this one, what we can do is we can go to view supplier inventory. And we can actually download this supplier's inventory here. So we click download here. This will basically take us to a download where we can actually get emailed the catalog for this seller. And we can try and find some other profitable products. Or you guys can go ahead and do that as well. So, but yeah, this one here looks very interesting to me. I think this looks like a really good opportunity. So, you know, if you imagine, you know, this is going to be about £1 after your prep and your fit sheet fees and stuff like that. There's £128 profit there. Obviously, you're going to monitor this for a restock as well, which you can definitely do in Qogita price drops. They offer the ability to monitor for restocks as a feature in Qogita price drops. Yeah, interesting one, isn't it? So, yeah, that's I like that one, to be fair. So I will throw that one out for you guys into the chat so you can see the GTIN is there. And I'll let you guys, could be lead a product from that supplier. What do you mean by that, Brad? You mean like to sort of lure you in or something? What I'll do is let me go to full screen camera. I'm going to quickly download that supplier's inventory. Download. I just take it off because it shows my email. So close that there. Let me get my email up. And what I'll do is I will throw that catalog in to Arbisource. Hopefully it downloads in time. And there it's ready to go. And let me sort myself out quickly. Download the catalog. Cool. Give me 1 second. I'll throw that into RB Source, and then we can actually see if there's any other profitable products we can find. So give me 2 seconds. Let's go to Wholesale. I think I can probably show you from here. Yeah, cool. I can show you from here. Cool. Right. So what I've done is, I can't zoom in on this unfortunately, but I've got the catalog here. So I've downloaded it. I've clicked on the catalog. This is what I've downloaded, and we're going to put the, I don't know, Doctor products or something like that. Call it whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So this is how I put the catalog into RB Source. Let me zoom in a little bit here on this one. So I'm unchecking restrictions here. Very important. It will take way longer if you're doing check restrictions. I'm then selecting UPCAN on the GTIN. I'm selecting product name, and this price here, this is a catalog directly from Qogita. So it's a different set of filters versus the one from Qogita Price Drops. And that's pretty much all we can do. I still can't believe they haven't got product links on here. They need to fix that. But yeah, start scan anyway, and we'll let that scan run in the background, and we'll go on to carry on sourcing. So I'm not sure how many products they had, but anyways, it is. Cool. They bait at decent price on one product lead, and they make margins on top of it. Maybe, who knows, Brad? It can happen sometimes. We'll see if there's anything. I personally don't think you should necessarily, like, if there's one amazing product, rack up your cart with stuff that's not profitable or barely profitable. You know, you need to think of the big picture. I personally think anyway. So it depends how good profitable it is. If that happens to you a lot, by the way, come and report it to me, or come report it directly to Qogita. They'll ban that seller if they start doing naughty things like that. So Belvita looks like a good brand. Unfortunately, no good. Now, one thing that's interesting actually is, you know, this could be an interesting opportunity for anyone who does eBay. You know, potentially. Yeah, these are cheap. £7.39, £7.39. What was the other one above? It's probably same price. Could be some eBay opportunities here. So a Qogita to eBay could be very nice. Qogita to Vinted could be interesting as well. I'm not familiar with Vinted. I'm assuming you can sell the stuff on there. But yeah, it could be another interesting opportunity as well for those of you that are willing to take that extra level of effort to make some money. So it could be some very interesting ones there as well. Next one, Maybelline looks interesting. So we can see, how's that one doing here? So it won't take too long, I don't think, on this one. So this Maybelline one here, we've got a buy price of 0.75. Is this one still available? Kind of interesting, this one. Okay, someone's already snapped this one up because this was a nice deal. So this one's now gone. Again, we can use OA here to double check it looks the same. It does. Excellent stuff. Yes. So this was a nice product that someone has already picked up and bought. So £1.82 profit per unit. Who knows how many were in stock? I can try and see if it pinged on Qogita Price Drops. Give me 1 second to search it. It actually didn't pick this one up. So it might have been a restock then. Interesting. Interesting, this one. Yeah. So this one's kind of an interesting offer here. Now, the price looks relatively stable. There's a lot of margin in this. Considering it's a small item, it's a Maybelline, which is a good brand. It sells $200-300 a month. Pretty good product. You can see the price is pretty stable as well. So whoever snapped these up got a really good deal because, yeah, this just shows you that the deals on Qogita are insane. 0.75. Crazy price on that one. So, yeah. Insane deals you can find on Qogita. You know, I'm just saying. It's an amazing website. Again, if you've not got into Qogita already and you're doing Amazon, you are missing out. There are some amazing deals on here, especially when it comes up to Q4. It's just insane. Just don't forget to use the code FBA Mogul, all capitals, when you sign up. Or you can even try and throw it in your existing account, see if it gives you some credit. May or may not work. I don't know. Give it a go now, guys. If you're watching, you've got a Qogita account, go to there and put FBA Mogul in and see if it gives you some credit. It may do it. You just don't know. It's account promotions promo code, I think it is. Probably won't work, but you never know. But yeah, it's a one-time deal, by the way. Do not use the code more than once. I'm telling you right now. If you create multiple accounts and use the code or my code or anyone else's code to get the free credit more than once, you're going to get in trouble. They will come after you. People have been doing that this month, abusing it. Do not do it, guys. They will come after you. Don't know how, but yeah, they don't like it anyway, and I certainly don't like it. So yeah, it's a one-time deal, guys. You get your £120 for free one time. That's it. Cool. Oh, it's a shame we can't do Belvita, isn't it? Dear me. maybe we should, you know what? Someone should buy this, go onto the listing, and then IP Belvita and kick them off their own listing. Try and hijack it. We'll do like a little campaign. We'll all buy it and say it's fake. And then, no, I'm joking. We're not going to do that. But yeah, they've obviously got a pretty good brand there that's doing very well. So this one here, I always feel like this brand here is like IP or something, but I think it's absolutely fine. I'm not sure though. I think it's okay. No warnings from OA Hero, which is good. How are you guys finding, for those of you that got OA Hero, how are you guys finding it? Give us your comments out there. Let me know how you're finding it. Someone gave me the suggestion of basically maybe just putting a thing like no known information here. So obviously when it pops up when there's something bad, it says like IP or transparency or whatever, or hard gated. But some people want to know if it's actually like necessarily working. So potentially putting like a warning saying like, or not a warning, but just a message saying like no known info could be kind of interesting as well. We're doing a slight UA change on OA Hero as well. But yeah. Okay, interesting. This is hard gated. I wonder why this looks so good. Okay, interesting. I'll have to look into that one then. I'll add that to my list. I need to have a good go through some of these brands. Hard gated. Okay, interesting. So, could be some interesting news on some of this stuff in the future. Who knows? But yeah, okay, never mind. That brand is, I need to add that to OA Hero as well. So the good thing about OA Hero is I'm always updating it. So as people and having a community and people and doing live streams, I always get information. So trying to keep this information up to date, and there's something new coming for that as well, which is going to be very exciting and interesting. Can't see you OA on that screen. You're going to have keep a team of minions. Yeah, you're my minions, Brad. You're my minions. No, yeah, there's definitely probably a better system we can do to keep on top of these kind of things, to be fair. But yeah, so we'll try and keep it more up to date. Definitely. And yeah, I always obviously recommend before you buy anything, just throw it into your Amazon. Just see if you can add it into your inventory first. Always worth doing that check. But yes, it's an interesting one though, Brad. Definitely a good idea. Have to think about how we're going to improve that. And yeah, yes, I would be good for a no issues message. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, there's no. So when we're looking at Qogita and Amazon, for example, it only works on. Let's just go Hugo, like I'll show you here. This is another cool one, by the way. I'm not showing you actually. I don't know if I've shown this already on Amazon, but it shows you on Amazon as well. Hard, you see, it's just inserted this thing hard gated into here. So it actually warns you on the Amazon page as well for certain brands that we've got in our listing. Yeah, right. My bin's down here. Yeah, so this is a great feature we added into it. Warns you on Amazon, so definitely more room for improvement on OA Hero. I fully hold my hands up to that. You know, my developer's working on some new features and stuff. We've got some good ideas in the pipeline, but yeah, she's on holiday right now though. But yeah, this is one of the features I love. It tells you, it warns you on Amazon here about hard gates and things like that. So yeah, super. Honestly, OA Hero is so good. Yeah, anyway, I've gone on enough anyway. So let's carry on doing some Qogita sourcing, and then what's the time right now? I'll probably do some more sourcing for maybe 10, 20, 15 minutes, and then we'll go and just do some sort of general Amazon FBA chat. I think someone in the group basically said today they wanted to come on and ask some questions, and if you guys got any questions, by the way, throw them out there. So, yeah. Woodwick's an interesting one as well. Again, I'm looking at this, I'm like, Christmas. My mum likes this at Christmas because it makes a little crackling sound. Oh, interesting. Looks like, yeah, this is definitely the tricky part, right? These brands go in and out of Hardgate and stuff, which is why, again, you've got the community that hopefully can keep each other informed. I will think of a better way to keep maybe on top of these brands and maybe just check them like once a day or something like that. So, yeah, or once a week or something. Because these brands do go in and out of Hardgate. A classic example of this is Vichy, Vichy. It was a brand you could sell. I remember buying some stuff from Cocoon Center. Then it went hard gated for like a year. Then it came back again, and now it's available for sale. So Luso bought 24 units last November. They hard gated between purchasing and receiving them. But you're saying now it's not hard gated. It's actually interesting. Yeah. So it's definitely hard to keep on top of all these brands. OA Hero is definitely going to help you. It's not foolproof, but it's definitely going to help you keep on top of these. But yeah, and hopefully we need to figure out a better way to report this kind of stuff to people, to me, so I can keep the database updated. Anyway, back to Woodwick. Anyway, this is an interesting brand. See, I mean, look, Celeramp's warning about IP here. I don't think that's true. I'd never look at IP here on this one. I'm pretty sure you can sell Woodwick. And obviously, if we go to Christmas, this is going to go through the roof. 2,000 sales a month. Absolutely crazy. Obviously, Amazon's probably in stock then, but a few little blips up to like £28-30. So the only thing I'd say right now is that this is at £29.99 and it's £2.50 profit. So at its peak price, we're going to make £2.50. Probably not worth it. We're looking for a better price than £17.50. But we move on. So this one here has got this weird 79 glitch. We won't buy that one. Look at that one. Interesting one here. Candles. Luso interesting. Just cleared some on eBay. Okay, there we go. Interesting. Yeah, I thought there was something about that brand. It's hard to sometimes keep up with all these different brands, isn't it? It's, you know, and I sometimes get a brand in my head and I'm like, I'm sure it's hard gated or there's an issue with it. And then, yeah, like there was one the other day, it was Course X, right? I was like, yeah, this is definitely a problem. Then I saw someone say, no, it's fine. And then I was like, I looked, then a few days later, and I was like, no, it is bad, Course X. You can't sell it. But yeah, so, and then other times I'm like, you cannot sell that. Like Latefa is a good one, where I thought for whatever reason, you know, it was hard gated or IP, and then not, you know, and then I basically turns out it's one of the best brands you can sell on there. So interesting anyway. So let's have a look through here anyway. Let's power through some of these now. Let's just see, what am I looking at here? Okay, immediately this one here, I'm a bit cautious about this one because there's no supplier invoice on this one. At the same time, it's a set of like 6 candles or 8 candles. So how, like, you know, it'd probably be fine to be fair. So, but there's only 42. Minimum value is 500. Okay, actually, what we're going to do as well, I just remembered now. This is that supplier scan. So let's actually have a look at this one here. I'm going for the same filters I was doing before. I'm going to throw £1 profit in there as well. I'm going to scroll down, apply filters. So this is the main product we're looking for here. We're looking for other ones as well. So we've got this Qogita cleaning tablets, £1.33 profit, which looks pretty good. Yeah, do not buy Corsex. Absolutely, I know, yeah. So now the only downside with this scan is we can't actually open it on Qogita. I have to basically put it into here. But this is kind of interesting. We've got a buy price of... Let's have a look here. We've got a buy price of 421. So this is the same supplier. This guy has a ridiculous amount of stock of this. So this could be an interesting one, actually. So let's just use OA Hero. Click the GTI and info button. It does the check. Qogita denture. It's denture cleaning. Okay. Tabs. All intensive. 108 pieces. 108 tablets. Let's just double check Amazon here. 108. Excellent. So our buy price is £4.21 times 1.2 is £5.05. So we're making £1.30 profit here. It sells for $12.63. Let's have a look at the charts now. Okay, unfortunately, this one here, the price looks a little bit inflated. I wouldn't be going nuts on this one here. Looks like a lot of people jumped. Interesting. A lot of people jumped onto this listing, and the price tanked. And then as the sellers are coming off now, the price is going back up. I still think this is a bit risky. I probably wouldn't touch this one. There's probably some better opportunities, so we'll move on. Apparently we're selling horse skin gel now, or something on Qogita. Okay. Okay. Is it for horses? I don't know. What is this product? I have got no idea. It's aching muscle and joints. I don't know if this is for humans or horses, but okay. It's made in Germany. Bottom dollar. This supplier is from Germany. £1.92. Okay. Oh, hang on. I made a mistake there. Let me reopen that last one. I put this price includes VAT. I forgot that. My bad. Let me just go back to the other one quickly. What are we going? Not Qogita. We're going to Qogita. We're going to this one here. Oh no, I did put. Okay, no, I was right. Never mind. Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, we're all good. I'm being an idiot. Right. The price, I'm all over the place. Sorry, guys. Oh, my God. What is wrong with me? Right. The price here is £1.92 on this one. Right. £2.25 profit. It sells 50 a month. Again, the price is probably a little bit inflated right now. $7.50. It probably normally sells for... It's still like £1 profit. So it's not too bad. It's 250 mil, so it's not a massive tub. We can see here, this one pretty much is always around £7.50. So he's still making a pound profit, still 60% or 61% ROI. But it also does spike up occasionally to like £10. So an interesting one here. You'll notice some people have actually made a mistake here, and they've been pricing it a little bit higher than £10. Let me show you what happens when you go to £10 on this product. You make £3.04. Let's see what happens when you put an extra penny onto that price. So profit right now is £3.04. If you go to 10.01, the price drops down because it's a old, small and light item. You are getting a reduction in fees and shipping because the price is under £10. So yes, people who sold this over £10 were making a big mistake there. At £10.48, you're making less money than if you are doing it for £10. So anyway, just a little tip there. But yeah, this is an interesting one. So, horse. Yeah. Oh, you're the expert, Brad. So. So anyway, this one's available from this supplier. So if we throw this GTIN into Arbisource, not Arbisource, Qogita. Oh my God, I'm going crazy. Okay, interesting. So the only problem here is we've got to buy a lot of units. So it's definitely worth potentially getting like 100. I just gave away my thingy bob there, but there we go, it's fine. Definitely getting like 100 or 96 units there. I need to turn that off next time. So I'll probably maybe get like 100 units here. So we are definitely building up our supply inventory here. We're only about 50%. But yeah, yeah, so we can keep looking through. And this is what you can do if you find a really good deal from a supplier. These ones both look really good. We're looking at about every unit here is about £1 profit, even a little bit more. So, you know, when the price goes up, and I've got prep to factor in, but you guys might not do. You might be able to do it at home. So we're looking at 186 units plus 96 units. What's that? 100, 200, and I can't do the math in my head now. 290 units, let's say, whatever. And is it 292? 282? I can't remember. 292 maybe. So that's £292 profit there, essentially, because it was about £1 per unit with the potential to go even higher. So we need £300 profit here. Have a look at that keeper on the horse thingy. Drop in there. Oh, that's a good thing to say, actually mention there. So you got a drop. That's a very good thing, ACA, actually, yeah, to mention. So yeah, I'm not that familiar with this brand, to be fair. But we need to look and make sure it's not IP. So I don't see the seller on the listing, but there is one slight little caveat here, and that is we're looking for these kind of drops. And there's this big drop here of 12 down to 6. This is an indicator that this is an IP brand. Now, it could be they just went out of stock. You'd have to do some more research on this brand. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure what's happened here, but definitely some people got kicked off. Either kicked off or their inventory sold or something happened. It's interesting there's no FBA sellers on this one as well. So it might be, this is a brand I'm not familiar with. I mean, I can't even pronounce it. Krauterhof. You know, I'm not sure. Interesting one. So what can we do in this case? What we do is we put Krauterhof into Amazon. And we open up a bunch of other listings. So we open up this one. And we'll open up this 2-pack as well. Is this the same? It's just red. What is this? Extra steak, as that says. Extra stark. It's definitely some horse jar, right? We can open up this one as well. And we'll open up, well, probably, you know, what you should do is open up 5 or 10 units, right? Then go in and see, are we seeing the same thing on every listing? And if we are, then it basically indicates that it was a private, sort of some sort of a thing that kicked sellers off, essentially. So this one here, we don't necessarily see anything too crazy. What was the date that happened? The previous one. Let's just go back a bit. This is the kind of what you need to do. So it was on the 16th of July. Cool. So on the 16th of July, there was a bit of a drop-off here, actually. Look, we can see a bit of a drop-off. I'll zoom in on this one from 9 to 6. So potentially there was an issue here as well. And again, we can just look at other listings as well. This one here, probably not enough sales to have a look at that one. Anyway, this is the kind of stuff you can do when you run into a new brand. This one probably doesn't get enough sales either. Active. What was that other one, by the way? I was interested. Searching that brand. I want to know what that was. This one here, this 2-pack. But yeah, anyway, it's looking like it's extra stark, apparently. Whatever that means. Yeah, so that brand might be interesting anyway. Might have to avoid that one. But anyway, you can go through when you find a good product, see if the supplier is selling any other interesting products and go through there. This one here, more profit, but not. There's no sales per month on it. So sometimes you have to just give up on a seller. It is what it is. So yeah, it is what it is. Cool, guys. So we found we definitely found some interesting products there, to be fair. So, you know, this one here is the star, I think. It's just, there's not enough stock, really. If we could get enough stock here, we could potentially get 400 or 500 units and meet that minimum order quantity. I think it was 850, I can't remember. But anyway, this one here sells good a month. It makes £1.24. Again, you're not going to get rich off this, but if you get a good share of this percentage, you're going to make £50, £100 a month on this product. And it's all about building these things up over time. And that's how you make money. So someone asked me today, is like, how are you making so much money this month? And I looked through it, and I had no actual star products, really. So this month, let me go back to talking now. I'm going to go back to talking here. Full screen. We'll end the kind of sourcing session there. Just go back to sort of Q&A sort of thingy bob. But you guys can see the potential there. And you've got to put the work in. You can't expect to be gifted all the products. You can't expect it to be I've just realized my backlight's not on. You can't expect to be find deals all the time. You've got to put the work in, just like with any kind of sourcing, and you will eventually, with hard work and dedication and being persistent and consistent, you will find products eventually. No one's going to gift you any deals. I don't know why something just made a weird noise. But yeah, why is my back? I forgot to put my backlight on. Oh well, it is what it is. Too late now, I guess. The video's ruined, and oh come on, it takes so long to scan on the app. There we go. Oh, so much better. But yeah, you can see a little. Do you guys know what that mat is there? Yeah, it's a new video idea I'm going to be doing. So a new kind of thing. If you know what that looks like. Anyway, so yeah, this month, for example, is actually going pretty well. I'm going to do this is today, by the way. So my stock is starting to come in quite nicely. Now, some of you might say, your ROI is rubbish, but all I care about is profit. So here it is. Here's today. Okay, yes, my ROI is definitely lower, but it's nearly £600 profit. So I'm assuming I'm going to get to 600 by the end of the day. Pretty nice. And this month's going pretty well as well. So I just released a video, actually, you guys can check out, a driving vlog where I talk about this month and things like that and what I've been doing. So after this, you can go and check that out. It's on my YouTube channel. And this month I'm on, again, my ROI is not great, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I'm still making good money though. That's the main thing. So this is the profit for the month. And yeah, someone said to me, like, what was your most profitable product? Did you have some like amazing product? And the answer is no. I've got one ASIN. So that's my month anyway. I've got one ASIN where I've made £1,000 profit from it this month. But that's not, not making up the £7,000. That's obviously nice, but it's just essentially a culmination of many things. Some things I only make £1 on, some things I make £30 on. It all adds up to the total end of the day. So you're doing OA, doing Qogita, doing A2A, all these things add up. And I have some where I'm making like £28, £30 profit a unit. I might only sell a few a month. Or I've got ones where I'm making £1, £1.50 per unit. I'm selling 20, 30 a day. So it all adds up to the same thing, I guess, doesn't it? So Empire, I have no replens right now. I maybe have one or two on Qogita, but not really. I mean, I'm keeping an eye out for restocks, I suppose, but I don't have any replens. No, it's probably, I've had them in the past, of course. Nike sneakers. That was like the ultimate replen. I've just sold one there, actually. I'm looking at it right now. An old bit of stock that I had. When I cleared out my unit, I had a few random sneakers. I've actually just had a sale at 8:36 p.m. So I made £29.49 profit. 88.48%. You don't believe me. I'm going to... how do I do that screenshot? This one here. Now out of stock, though. Like a one random one left. So anyway, that's, oh god, that's going all over the place. Yeah, there we go. So there's that one there. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, I don't have any replens right now. I am pretty much a guy, and I know a lot of people don't like this, just always looking for the sales, always looking for the deals. I'm always looking for those price drops, and I basically just try and clear the stock, buy as much stock as I can. And then, yeah, when the sale's over, I can make good money on Amazon. I don't have many replens. Definitely a weakness. I will be getting into some private label stuff. I've already bought a load of stuff to do it. Not that guarantees I'm going to do it, but yeah, I'm going to be doing some private label. Ryan definitely inspired me to get into the sort of private label route. Talking to Nikos as well definitely inspired me to get into the private label route again. So definitely going to go down that route and get some private label going because it's good. I'll do all of these methods. Always and Qogita is all good. I love that. I'm making really good money through that, and I'll throw in private label as well. Another thing I can learn as well and teach. So I could get a few people in the group now asking about private label. I can't help you. I just don't know, and I'm not going to pretend that I know about private label. In fact, what I know is just enough to make it get into trouble, pretty much with private label. So yeah, definitely need to. But yeah, so anyway, let me catch up with the old things quickly here. The old chat. Sorry, my bad. Snappy looks like they're opening back up. Will ungate send what happens on? Yeah, there you go. Exactly. These things always go through reviews, guys. Yeah, these ungate reviews, like hardgate reviews. Always, it seems like something gets hardgated for a year and then it comes back. Things like that. So. Yeah, looks like you spend a fortune on Qogita. I need to add up. In fact, I'm not going to do it. I'll make my admin VA do it. How much I've spent on Qogita. I would be surprised if it's not over £350,000. Yeah, it might be more. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what it is. I might, get my admin VA to just add it up and see. Might make for a good video, I suppose. But yeah, you can, and it's exactly right, Brad. It does add up. All these little things. Like, obviously, I'd rather make all my products are just making £30 profit per unit. I'd freaking love that. Of course we would, but I'm not going to turn down the ones that make £1 profit. After prep fees and stuff like that. I'm not going, or even 50p. If I can sell 100 a day at 50p and make £50 profit after my expenses, I'm gonna do it. Of course I am. £50 a day times 365 is £18,000, I think it is. I'm definitely going to take that. As long as it's not taking up too much mental space and stuff like that, not too many returns, I'm going to do that. So it does add up anyway. MTT saying, apart from perfumes, what else are you saying in Q4? Perfumes, aftershave, gift sets. Pretty much the ones that I focus on the mostly. Everything, toys and video games do well, of course, but that's not really my area, to be fair. In fact, I've got no Lego, no nothing right now. I don't have any of that stuff. But obviously, toys, video games is another big one as well. For me, it's just all about perfumes, aftershave. I don't have enough money for them, let alone other stuff. That's kind of my area, I suppose. But generally, a lot of stuff does very well in Q4. Stuff you sell year round is still going to sell well in Q4. So, electronics and stuff like that do well, things like that. So, yeah. What else are we looking at? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Thanks. The profit's pretty good, to be fair. Kind of came out of nowhere, but like I said, I've always been saying I've got 200 grand in Amazon right now. I'm just waiting for my time on the stock, and I've been patient with the pricing, and some of my stuff is starting to come in now. It's just going through that kind of little pain period where you're waiting, and then everyone sells out cheap, and then my price comes in. Has Qogita started the pre-order option? What will the impact be? So interesting question, Claudia. So I applied for that. I don't know why, because I'll probably get access anyway. But it's an interesting one. They kind of had it in the past. I remember not a pre-order option, but it was like you could basically submit like a spreadsheet and say, look, I want 1,000 of these, 1,000 of these. And I did it, and they weren't able to get any of them, unfortunately. So it's an interesting one. I don't think it's necessarily going to affect us very much. I think it will be good potentially for Q4 if the prices are good. But again, I only use Qogita really with price drops. I'm looking for deals. I'm not looking for something that's regularly available at a certain price. That's how you get price tanking. When something's available for everyone at a certain price, the price is going to tank. So I'm looking for the price drops. I'm looking for the discounts. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for things that are normally £50 that go down to £25. And then scoop up all the stock at £25. Goes back up to 50, and then we're good. It's the same principle with OA and things like that. Even I think I hear people do that with wholesale as well. Like wait for those kind of end of month sort of sales and things like that, discounts and things where you can get some really good profits. So yeah, I'm interested to see. It's an interesting concept. To be fair, I'm not sure how useful it is for Amazon sellers. It might be good in Q4 if you say, hey, look, I want 5,000 units of this, whatever, and here's my price, or how many units do I need to buy to get this price. Could be kind of interesting for that, but I'm not so sure it's going to be that useful for Amazon sellers. It's just like with the catalog. You can basically submit a catalog and it'll of products and it'll add them to cart. It's like, that's not useful for an Amazon seller. That's useful for someone who's got a Shopify store or something like that. It's not useful for us though. We need things that are profitable. We're not interested in. I'm not interested in having a variety of like Hugo Boss perfumes for sale, right? I'm interested in kind of make profit on these units. So if it, ideally, I'd like to have 10 Hugo Bosses. Not that you can sell that brand, that I can sell and make profit on. But at the end of the day, I'm not looking to like stock 10 for variety. That makes no difference to my life whatsoever. I'm looking for profit basically. So ER saying, I had 3 Hulk Hogan toys. They all sold the day after he died. 15 profit each. Yeah, people go crazy on that kind of stuff. So you should cancel those orders and relist them for a higher profit. Or just be happy with the profit, yeah. So, hey, Pix, by the way. And thanks everyone for joining, by the way. I apologise if I've not thanked you. Just get a bit of hydration going. Pix Boy is asking, I'm currently only doing OA and a small amount of wholesale. Cool, nice. No A2A. Honestly, too scared to get my account suspended. You won't get suspended, mate. Just don't buy on the account that you sell on, okay? And you'll be fine. Reckon I'll be able to hit 5,000 per month profit with that. Yeah, of course. Easy. Yeah, I'm not saying it's easy, but yeah, you can do it easily, yeah. Like, it can be done. No problem. You will not get suspended doing A2A. As long as you don't buy on the account that's linked to your seller account, you'll be fine. Just go and create 3 brand new personal accounts under different emails, different phone numbers. You'll be fine. You can even use the same like credit card on all of them and billing address and stuff. It's absolutely fine. Been doing A2A for years. I don't know anyone that's got banned as long as they didn't buy on their account that was linked to their seller account. And even that's a bit of a glitch. So yeah, you're all good. When are you sending in Q4 stock to Amazon MTT? MTT is asking now, basically, because a lot of stuff I'm buying is already kind of like profitable now. I'm not bought anything or seen any opportunities where it's like it's not profitable now, but is in Q4. So I'm pretty much sending stuff in now, and if I can get the sell now, I'll just do it, and hopefully I can get a restock. But yeah, pretty much like I'm beginning to think about getting it in now. But I don't know, if I've got a lot of stock, maybe I'll hold it back a little bit. I need to obviously talk to my prep center about that, see if it's okay, things like that. But it depends really. So yeah, I did just order actually 700 units of a perfume actually. So, but that does well year round. So I'm not too fussed about like selling that one in Q. I mean, obviously I want to sell it in Q4, but I'm just happy to take the profit now on that one, to be fair. But yeah, so yeah, now basically. Martin Lewis or Lewis Mine. Didn't realize we had a celebrity in here. Currently trying to ungate a few products using Qogita invoices. Got any tips? Make sure your billing address matches the address on your seller account. Make sure you've got at least 10 units or 100 units, whatever they're asking for on Amazon. Be persistent as well. What else are the tips I've got for you? Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. If you go into my server, do ! Ungate, you get all the tips in there. I've got a video, I've got a guide on ungating. Trying to think what else you can do, really. But yeah, you just got to be persistent, really. Apparently, ungating is getting easier, guys. You know, you've got to be patient. That's coming, hopefully, in the next couple of months. Yeah, so apparently it's getting easier. So we'll hopefully wait for that and see what happens. I think the big issue at ungating right now is we're coming up against bots. Bots just auto-rejecting you, and it's really hard to get past the bots. So some things you can do, by the way, to try and bypass the bots is like rather than submitting the same PDF over and over, you can like rename it or even screenshot rather than submitting the PDF. Something to try and like bypass those bots. It gets real tricky, to be fair. Empire saying, when did Qogita starting at API issues? Was it slow decrease in performance or right ones? It was right ones. Basically what happened is that the API they were using for their website, and we're getting into technical terms here, was the same one they were using for their so the website one and the one that we were all using to get price drops is the same one. Therefore, when we were hammering this one here for price drops, it was affecting the performance of the website. So they essentially decoupled them, and now they're totally separate things. So they've got a really fast website now, great, and people are buying less because they can't find the deals. So I've told them this, they're aware of it, and they're going to fix it because their sales have dropped. So they've got a really fast website now, but not as many people buying stuff. So yeah, they need to make a decision on what they want there. But yeah, I've always spoken to them about it. They're aware of the issue. Yeah, different format exactly. Yeah, so different format. Yeah, if you can do PDF to PNG or JPEG, JPEG or JPG, all these different ones. Screenshot it as something else, not SCG, but all these different formats and stuff like that can help you. Yeah. Do you not get sort of returns with perfumes? Actually, no. I get very few. That's one good thing about perfume. I'm not saying you don't ever get returns, but the return rates on perfumes are actually ridiculously low. Considering how many perfumes and aftershaves I've sold, I would say the return rates are like way less than 1%. I've got an Armani that I kept because it got returned. And I think I may have had 1 or 2 female perfumes returned, which I've given away to friends. I genuinely think I've had less than 5 or 10 perfume returns. Now, whether they just got to keep them is another matter. But yeah, actually returned to me, yeah, very few. I literally can't even think of like 1 or 2 examples. So really low return rates. I don't know if anyone's got that same experience, but yeah, for me it's been super. And I've sold thousands of units of perfumes, thousands and thousands. I've sold thousands of units of just one ASIN, let alone cross all ASINs. It's actually, the return rates must be really low actually. I wish I could filter an SDK and have a look, but I can't. So yeah, it doesn't have that ability. Interesting though. But yeah, interested to hear other people's experiences with perfumes, aftershaves, gift sets on that one. How long did it take you to get to 4,000-5,000 profit a month? Well, good question. This is the second time I've done it, if that makes sense. So when I started Amazon, I managed to get to 5,000 profit probably within. And let me go through my SDK. So if I go back, if I look at, let's look at like March 2024, let's say. I don't know. Probably didn't take me too long to get to 4,000 or 5,000 profit. Yeah, so like March 2024, it was like 8,266 profit. I don't know, maybe like 6 months into doing Amazon, I was hitting those 5,000 profit months. But the thing is, I scaled Amazon back basically end of Q4, basically beginning of this year. I scaled back Amazon massively, got very nervous about the U-move thing. Now I've become more comfortable with Amazon again for whatever reason, and I'm now pumping Amazon back. And you can see here it's taken me a while to grow it up, grow the profits. Now last month was, I'll tell you right now, last month was 3,050 profit, 3,049 profit. So you can see how much a big jump it is. So I'm going through this kind of pain because of my model, OA, so the Qogita as well, A2A. There sometimes tend to be times where you get the stock in, you know it's going to tank for like 2 or 3 months. You kind of just have to wait that 2 or 3 month period before your price. I'm not willing to sell for cheap, so I'm willing to just sit. I know what price I want on these products, and if everyone else wants to sell out cheap, I'll let them do it, and I'll hold the product for 2 or 3 months. There's a pain period that you have to go through when you get back into Amazon or when you start Amazon, where you have to wait that 2 or 3 months before your products start to sell. I have basically now gotten through that product. I've just got a sale there where I'm making £8.94 profit, 34.62% ROI. For those that like margins, it's just under 16% ROI. Yeah, so, and that's a great example of one that was an A2A deal, and I've had to wait a good thing, but probably about 3 months actually for that one to come back and actually get some sales because people just killed the price. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I've gone through that pain period now, and my results are starting to like kick in now. So we're gonna get to 600 for the day. We might even happen during this live stream. Let's have a look for refresh. It's 585 profit for the day. What did I show before? Have I had like a refund or something? That was that one. Oh, no, that makes sense. Yeah, next to £10. Yeah, okay, there we go. Or £9. Okay, cool. I was like, what? Have I had a refund? Anyway, yeah. So hope that answered that question. Resale, yeah. And big problem with perfumes is authenticity. Yeah, just make sure you buy from places that have, the marketplace invoice from Qogita. You'll be absolutely fine. That way, you've got the evidence for Amazon if they ask. For authenticity, send them a Qogita invoice first. That might get through a lot of the time. If they then say we want the supplier, you then give them the marketplace invoice as well. Essentially, you're almost like teeing it up, and then you'll be fine. Yeah, you've got the invoices. Yeah. The only issue I've run into, and again, I've raised this Qogita a little bit. Sometimes these suppliers are foreign suppliers, and it's really hard to actually search information. And then this is actually an interesting one, right? It's not just it's in the UK, it's abroad as well. Some of these wholesalers are like these really big wholesalers that have been around since the 1990s, and their website is like terrible, and it's very hard for Amazon actually to like, I guess, verify that supplier. I understand it from their point of view, because these websites on them are like so bad. But yeah, but some of these suppliers though, they do hundreds of millions of revenue every year. They've been around since the 90s, for example. And it's like, it is sometimes hard for Amazon to like necessarily get in touch. So something I've raised with Qogita is like, well, on some of these ones, we need better contacts available to maybe help Amazon verify these suppliers, these big ones, and that are really hard to get in touch with, or just have like a terrible website. It's really weird. It's like one of these weird little things, like these big wholesalers just have awful websites. And especially when it's a foreign country as well, like Italy or something like that, it's like it becomes even harder, I suppose, to necessarily chase down. But anyway, just a little tip that I gave Qogita when I spoke to them recently. What's it? I've been avoiding them as I thought they returned. Well, put water in. It's really, sometimes you do get perfumes these days where they are like refillable bottles. But majority of the perfumes, aftershaves are like, they're sealed up, so no one's gonna like pour it out. No, you'll be fine. I don't think I've ever heard anyone doing that, basically. So Empire's saying, listen to your driving vlog. Oh, this is good. And you were talking about the leaks from reimbursements managed to get a random 50 distributed damage product by raising a claim with the right data. Yeah, it's good. Okay, yeah. Something I definitely need to improve. Like very recently, I'm still waiting for reimbursement. Prep Center sent in 6 motherboards, okay, with a few other bits as well. Apparently 4 of them got damaged. I don't know how you damage a motherboard, 4 of them anyway. But marked down as distributed damage, so I'm waiting for that reimbursement to come in. It will be reimbursed because it's marked as distributed damage, or it might be warehouse damage actually. But the only thing I think is that they dropped them or something. But yeah, anyway, is what it is. But yeah, I need to make sure I'm on top of all these. It's definitely a leak. As I'm scaling my business, and I'm thinking of, again, I mentioned in that video, I'm thinking of putting in a bit more money into Amazon to really push this to the next level. I really need to be on top of these leaks because the leaks can add up massively. So that's a massive weakness in my business, is that I am always someone who's looking forward, buy, sell, not looking necessarily at the admin and the reimbursement side. Definitely something I'm going to get on top of. So I'm working with someone else to document all the different processes and systems that are going to need to be done for all the different reimbursements, checking the leaks, running reports and stuff like that, working with someone else who knows more about it than I do, and we're hopefully going to get some sort of master document going. And if any of you guys got any information as well, do reach out if you've got some good systems and stuff in place. Hopefully my goal is to produce a master document here that we can literally give or maybe sell. I'm not sure. Hopefully you can give it on the website and basically help people. I actually don't think you can sell it because I just don't think people will buy it. But, hopefully give that away anyway to people to help them. So, and I'd love to make a software out of it that I would sell. But yeah, it's an interesting one. There's a lot of reports you can run in Amazon. Like, I've always said before, LPN, the stickers you get. Didn't even know that was license plate number. That's what it stood for until like, I guess a month ago or something. I only found that out by running a report on Amazon. So I've been going into Amazon, running all sorts of little reports here and there, and they don't make it easy to sometimes you have to run 2 reports and join them together to get full information of your, let's say, for example, if you've done a recall from Amazon, you can see the recalls in one file, okay, and then you can see all the tracking information for that in another file, but they're not both in the same file, so you have to kind of like join them together. And all the information in the file with all the tracking numbers basically has nondescript stuff in there that you can't even see what real removal it is and stuff like that and what items. So you have to then pair it with this other report. All this kind of fun stuff. Then they make it nice and easy for us to check this stuff. But yeah, anyway, yeah, it is insane to be fair. Yeah, you 100% need systems for it. Essentially, what you need to do is you need to systematize it to the point where you've got a fully documented system in place that you can then pass it on to a virtual assistant who'll do it for you, essentially, and making sure. And it's systems that evolve as well. But yeah, some of those websites look probably dodgy. Yeah, because they just they don't need them. They've just got a crappy website they've had for like 30 years, and that's pretty much it. So yeah. But then when you look, you can go on the equivalent of like Company's House. So like I had an authenticity claim from a supplier in Italy. Amazon rejected the authenticity thing. I had to dive in and find more information about this company. It's a company it's been around since 1996 in Italy. They do 118 million revenue a year. I'm like, if you're not going to take their invoice, who's are you going to take? If a company's been around for nearly 30 years and does over 100 million revenue a year, yeah. So it's just trying to track that information down for them, essentially going onto the company's house in those places. Sometimes you have to pay for a report. Yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, just doing that. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. How do you find out if a return is coming back or do they get to keep it? Yeah, you go to your returns and you'll see basically there's a whole page on returns. Let me get it up now. I probably need to log into Amazon again quickly, but I'll get the link for you. I've got all my little bookmarks on top of my browser. Oh, cool. Actually, you don't need to log in. So if you go to this page here, I'm going to put in, hey, Brad, no pro. 1 second. Oh, did someone say they're going? Oh, yeah, so Brad, yeah, I'm going to have to get it. Yeah, thanks, mate. Appreciate you coming on, mate. Thanks very much, mate. Appreciate it. Have a good sleep. Go to that link there, and then at the top, sort of middle top, there's a Manage Return Orders sort of button. And if you click on that one, you can go in and you can see all your returns. And it shows you in there the customer reason. I found a better price elsewhere. Refused. Product was not as described on the listing. Accidentally ordered the wrong item. These are all my ones I'm reading out, by the way. Product is not as compatible with existing system. It returned a mouse, apparently. It's not compatible with existing system. It's a freaking Bluetooth mouse. You know, yeah, things like that. Items defective, apparently. Some RAM. Honestly, guys, CPUs and RAM, I am going to start avoiding those. CPUs especially. The return rates on CPUs must be through the... I don't know what it is. It's got to be over 50%. The amount of CPUs that I've had returned, opened and returned, is insane. So I'm going to stop selling CPUs. I've just noticed that trend. I'm like, that's it. I've had so many returns. It's crazy. There was an A2A deal on a few CPUs, and I've had some crazy returns. So yeah, anyway. Saying that, I've got a perfume refund I see here, actually. Interesting. Okay, it's gone back, and it's got. So you can see here, you can see all the different things. It's honestly enough. I have so many, it's insane. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. There's even one that I may have done a little swap out ages ago, sold it, and it's come back again. So I'm like, oh my god, you know, it's just crazy. Yeah, I've actually got a perfume returned here. It was a Burberry one actually. It's just marked down as unknown reason, but it says here it's returned to inventory. So it's gone back as sellable, returned to inventory. So again, another one here. Oh, actually, so in terms of returns, I'm getting a few, more than I realised. But what they're doing is they're just going back for sale. I've got a DKNY one here that has just refused apparently, and it's gone back, returned to inventory. So yeah, not too bad really on those ones. So yeah, another one there as well, returned to inventory. So there's more than I thought actually, but they're getting returned back to inventory, so it's okay actually. But in terms of ones that actually come back as unsellable, very few. Yeah, again, another reason why I need to look through this stuff more often, like all these little leaks and stuff that can happen. Yeah, right, absolutely, mate. We'll try and get that out for everyone, so if we can. So your Nuffles, you're very lucky. Gaming mice, awful returns. Also, test and return needs to be a trend. Yeah, so Nikos put a video out today on his channel. I'm pretty sure it was one today. Saying that Amazon are changing returns to 14 days from 30 days. Now, I don't know where he got his information from. I couldn't find anything. Maybe he's just seen something, but apparently Amazon returns are going from 30 down to 14 days. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see any information mentioned about it. Has anyone else heard about that or seen that? I don't know, but it's an interesting one. Yeah, certain things like gaming mice, gaming headsets, still like 2 years. Is it 2 years of tech? Bloody hell, I didn't realise it was that much. That's crazy. Is it? No, it can't be 2 years. Is it actually 2 years? Interesting. Because I've got a gaming monitor that failed on me, and it's past the 1 year warranty. Interesting. I bought it direct from Amazon. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to look into that. A hose pipe returned from 18 months ago. Great. But that'll be in good condition, yeah. They honestly, Amazon need to get on top of returns. They seriously do, because they need to start banning customers and taking better care of people's stock and stuff like that. They 100% need to do it. It's really naughty what customers do, to be fair. But you learn certain things are good, certain things are bad. So what does it mean if the item... What does it mean if what does it mean if it's disposition bit? What's that? So look, do I have any dispositions? Trying trying to think. I don't have any where it says that. I've seen it before. I've got like a defective one here. This item has been used and does not work, apparently. Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. Screenshot me and DM me. I'll have a look and see. But yeah, generally means I think it's some sort of like graded thing, maybe. Hey, Zach, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. We're kind of finished with the Qogita sourcing now. We're back to kind of talking about OA and Amazon and general stuff as well. Talking about returns right now, actually. Let me go through and do a different filter. Filter for last 180 days. Let's see. Let's do 100 results per page. Let me search for disposition. Oh yeah, the disposition tells you basically what it is. So yeah, it's like sellable or customer damaged or defective is another one as well that I've got on my one. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the only. I'm sure there's other ones as well, but yeah, pretty much those kind of three. So customer damage, sellable, and defective. I'm sure there's others as well, but yeah, it tells you basically what kind of state it's in by the time it's got to Amazon. So yeah. And sometimes you see things like return not expected as well. I mean, it doesn't happen too often, but yeah, this item never arrived, return not expected. Sorry I can't share this with you guys because you'll never be able to track down my store in 2 seconds flat. But yeah, yeah, so that's what that means basically. But yeah, you guys got any more questions, by the way, feel free to throw them out there. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. So we're getting a little bit of a spot. It's weird, isn't it? I guess people prefer to come on later in the day, actually. It's interesting. So, yeah. We seem to get a little bit of a spurt of people come on around sort of 9, 9:20, 9:30, which is good. Hey, Bokesh, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. We finished our Qogita sourcing now. We're just talking about Amazon and things like that. My business is going well. You know, Amazon is scaling up quite nicely. Let's catch you up on how things are doing. That's today right now. Actually, technically, it's 587 now, which is pretty good. We've got the month to date so far is 6,900, pretty nice. That's obviously gross profit. You know, got to take some expenses off that as well, which is good. So yeah, doing pretty good. Amazon's scaling up nicely, and yeah, we're just talking about returns. And I'm working right now. I'm creating like this big master document of all the different processes you need to do to stop all the leaks in your Amazon business. As we all know, there are many leaks in Amazon. And yeah, I'd like to either get some software and or a document out there to help us. Yeah, is that all Qogita stock? No, it's not, mate. No, it's a mixture. I've just had a sale here for Qogita, £1.59. I've had an A2A. I've had it's a mixture of A2A, OA, and Qogita basically. So someone asked me earlier what's the percentages. I was like, guess like 50% Qogita, 25. I've got no idea. It could be 33 each. I've got no idea what the percentage ratio is. But yeah, I've got one here that I bought from Latino, so that's an OA one. I've got an A2A one here. I've got a Qogita one, another Qogita one. Now this Qogita one here is £2.43 profit per unit. It's 35% ROI or 34.5%. It's a mix basically. I've got one here that was an old A2A as well. It's a good mix, to be fair, of all different things. Yeah, good Qogita here. Another one here. Qogita tends to be more volume, lower profit. Like this one here is £1.57, 30% ROI, but it sells good times per month. Another one here, yeah, it's all over the place really. So yeah, yeah, Lewis, it does suck. The bots on ungating are horrendously bad. Like I say, try and change the file format. Maybe that might be able to help you. But I say ungating's changing. It's going to get easier apparently, or there's some things going to change. I think they're going to get rid of the bots, hopefully. I don't know the exact details of it all, but yeah, apparently things are changing. It's going to be in the next month or 3 months or something like that. Yeah, it's going to be changing. Hopefully it's going to get easier as well. And yeah, we'll just keep trying until then. So Brothers House, all the way from South Africa here. Can I do it down here? I don't know. Is there Amazon in South Africa? I'm assuming there is. Or are you talking about doing it remotely from South Africa and selling in the UK? You can definitely do that. Absolutely. You can. That can be done. It's a bit trickier to set up and stuff like that, but you can definitely do that. No problem. I had a dog toy return, and the reason was the product was not compatible with my existing. Yeah, exactly. People just pick any random thing. Yeah. So yeah. Returns, don't get me started. Seriously, been burnt this month. Yeah, but it sucks, doesn't it? Honestly, mate. I've had a bunch of CPUs returned. Honestly, so many CPU returns. Must be over 50%. Yes, you can do it remotely from South Africa. Yes, you'll have to register for VAT because you'll be a foreign person essentially running a UK company. Yeah, set up a limited company in the UK. get your bank account going, register for VAT, get your Amazon account set up. You can definitely do that, and you can do it. You have to set up with a prep center as well, who are going to prep your items for you. Someone to deal with returns, like Returnify, things like that. So yeah, you've got Warehouse Goblins for prep center. You've got Returnify do your returns, and yeah, pretty much all your systems done basically. So yeah, you can definitely do that. Join my community and ask in there, and and we'll help you. Yeah, I'm not an expert in setting up UK companies as a foreign entity, but it can't be that much dissimilar from doing it as a UK citizen. There's a few differences, I know, but yeah. Glad to hear Qogita changing API back to normal. Yeah. I don't think back to normal, but they're definitely going to be making some changes, so it could be for the better. I had a good chat with Charlie from Qogita about it, and they're aware of the issue. They know that basically what happened is they implemented this new system. They thought it'd be working fine, but it's just not working as intended, so they are going to be making some big changes. They have to, otherwise I've told them already, you're going to get less people buying who are Amazon sellers. And yeah, Amazon sellers are a big part of their customer base. I don't know what percentage it is, but yeah, they're a big part. So yeah, so I'm going to look in the group actually, see what's going on. But yeah, so anyway, any sort of final questions then before we kind of wrap it up a little bit? I guess people are getting ready to go to bed soon. I'll be going to bed soon, and yeah, and like 11 o'clock or something like that. I'm trying to get into a good sleeping pattern. But yeah, if you've got any final questions, let me know, and I can answer them for you. But yeah, it's been going pretty well, Amazon. So I mean, I was hoping to hit 7,000 this month, but it looks like I'm probably maybe angling for 8,000 maybe. We'll have to see. Depends if we have any good, a few more. Yeah, so about 6,912 right now. So forget 2 more days. 7,000. Sorry, 8,000 might be a bit tricky to be fair. Probably somewhere around 7,500. Yeah, something around there probably. We'll see. It depends how good the days I get in the next few days. But yeah. Couldn't be happier with the progress. I just want to get to that 10,000 profit because it looks good for social media. So that's what I want to do basically, get back to 10,000 a month. We'd like to talk about Can I Learn. I've got a bunch of videos. You can rewatch this video once it's finished. You can go, or even now you can go back to the beginning, but it'll be available. If you go to my channel, search Qogita as what you can go on there. If you look at the description of this channel, if you look at the description of this video, you'll see a bunch of links there. You'll have the link for Qogita, so you can click that. You can get your £120 off your first order with the code FBA Mogul. You can get yourself signed up to other things as well, so you can do that. But yeah, go and look in my channel, search Qogita, and you'll be able to find loads of videos and lives about Qogita. Another little sale coming in, £1.59, not too bad. So yeah, these things that just keep flying in, these little £1.50s, whatever, little sales keep flying in. Yeah, so it's all good, and we're getting kind of late in the day now, so yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, guys, anyway, I'm probably going to wrap it up there unless anyone's got any final questions I want to throw in. We'll give it 3 minutes till 9:30, and yeah, I'll probably wrap it up there. But I appreciate you all coming on. No, it's a massive drop off in views on the right hand side, but yeah, excuse me, God, yeah, I'm getting ready for my bed, to be honest. It's been a long old day of work, to be fair. I've been doing a lot of work. Had a few other ideas around making things easier for Qogita, people buying and selling on Qogita, and things like that. So writing a guide as well, been working on the guide, and what else have I been doing? Looking on Amazon sourcing, yeah, all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, any final questions? I mean, I'll be back again on Wednesday. I do these every Monday, Wednesday, pretty much. So yeah, it's all good. So if you remember, you think of a question afterwards, no problem. Just write it down. Remember it for next time. But yeah, awesome. Don't suppose you caught those Lancets that dropped on Qogita a few days ago? I did not. No, someone that messaged me about those. I saw them a while back actually. I decided not to buy them. I don't know why. But I didn't. But no, someone mentioned today, actually. I didn't actually pick them up. Were they a good deal? Did you buy them? I swear I saw them ages ago, a month or two ago. There was another drop for those. And for whatever reason, I passed on them, but I can't remember why. I don't know. But I definitely passed on them for whatever reason. There could be very good profit, though. But yeah, it could be very good. I think, is it because it's a medical device, isn't it? So that's one thing that always makes me nervous. But yeah, could be good. I tend to avoid that kind of stuff. If you have to inject it, probably not going to sell it. Or with Lancets, which is like little they prick your finger, don't they, for people testing their blood and stuff, diabetes, things like that. I tend to avoid that kind of stuff. I tend to avoid things that humans consume in terms of like medicines and stuff, and I also now avoid things that pets consume as well for things like that. So those are kind of ones I probably just avoid these days. So there's always another deal out there. There's always deals to buy. You can just pass up on some of these things where you think, yeah, it might be a bit of an issue there. So yeah, I tend to kind of like be a bit more strict when it comes to looking at that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. I'm going to wrap it up there. Excellent. If you want to get Qogita, link in the description for that. If you want to check out OA Hero as well, my Chrome extension, that is going up to $149.99 for lifetime. That is going up on the 1st of August. So you've got 2 more days to get it for £100 for lifetime. Keep you out of trouble, help you when you're doing OA sourcing, help you when you're doing Qogita sourcing. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. It's been a fantastic sourcing session and chatting to you guys. I really do enjoy these, and hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.